Hi, I'm Rachel from the Black Lagoon, and I collect all things creature from the Black Lagoon. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, or as I like to call it, the Creature Corner. This week in the Creature Corner, I'm going to be talking about my collection of Super 7 creature figures, and stick around until the end because I'm also going to be unboxing a super special surprise piece of monster mail that Super 7 sent over to me. But first, as always, in case you are new here, a little background about me. I have been collecting all things creature from the Black Lagoon for just over 10 years now, and here in the Creature Corner, I talk about my collectibles, take you on creature-related adventures, talk about the history of the movies, and so much more, including sharing with you every week any creature-related histories that might have happened that week, and occasionally doing a deep dive into those histories. I post new videos here in the Creature Corner now every Thursday, so don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you are a fan of the Gillman or Universal Monsters. Now, this week in creature history, on March 17th in 1992, Jack Arnold, the director of Creature from the Black Lagoon and Revenge of the Creature, passed away at the age of 75. And on March 19th in 1959, John Sherwood, the director of Creature Walks Among Us, passed away at just the age of 56. May they both rest in peace. As I will continue to say though, they may be gone, but they are never forgotten here in the Creature Corner, and they will continue to live on forever through their incredible work. Now for today's video, my Super 7 creature collection. One of the first pieces I actually ever got for my creature collection was this Super 7 x Funko reaction figure. I believe this is a first generation of these reaction figures, but he is a Series 2. They even included the Phantom of the Opera and the Invisible Man in this set. That's pretty rare, as Universal Monster fans know. I feel like the four that we most commonly get are Dracula, Frankenstein, the Bride, and the Mummy. They also did a glow-in-the-dark variant of this creature figure, and I don't have it yet. And then they also might have done a silver screen variant, but I'm not positive about that, so I will look it up before I post this, and I will add it on the screen here if they did do one. I especially love the cardstock of this reaction figure because on it we have both Ben Chapman's Gillman and Rico Browning's Gillman. Unfortunately, this figure does not have a date on it, so I'm not positive what year it is from. I did try to look it up, but I didn't have any luck finding this exact figure. There's always something a little bit different with the cardstock, so I'm not positive. But I know that I was gifted this about 8 or 9 years ago, so that would mean that this was either from 2016 or 2017. Next up from the reaction figure line, I have the Revenge of the Creature reaction figure. As you can see, he does have the shackles on. Now, I believe this reaction figure is considered a Generation 2, and he is a part of Wave 2. I love how they included so many of the Universal Monsters for this reaction figure line, and I especially love the Mask of the Red Death Phantom of the Opera. Now, because Revenge of the Creature is considered Wave 2, as you'll see, there is also a Wave 1 that does have a creature from the Black Lagoon, and I don't have that one, and I'm sure you're wondering, well, isn't the other one a Generation 1, a Wave 1? But it isn't. So what they did is they actually changed the cardstock when they made this Generation 2, and so there is, I believe the figure is still pretty much the same, but it is a totally different cardstock. I will put it on the screen here. And so I actually don't have that specific Generation 2 Wave 1 of the creature from the Black Lagoon. I think the licensing changed, and that original figure that I showed you is also in collaboration with Funko, but I don't believe that these new generation ones are in collaboration with Funko at all. They're not listed anywhere here on the back, so I think it was just the first generation of reaction figures that had Funko involved. So they did the Generation 2 figures with different cardstock and different logos and everything. And this one actually, as you'll notice, even has a newer Universal Monster logo on it versus the old one. For reference, here is the older Universal Monster logo. And then last but certainly not least, the Creature Walks Among Us reaction figure. They even have him in his outfit. And then again, I believe this would be considered Generation 2, but what's really interesting to me is that it is almost that same photo, and he's not listed under the Wave 2 or Wave 1. He is all by himself and just listed as new. And this figure is actually from 2020. As a quick reference for those two backgrounds. This one here is from Revenge of the Creature, and this one would be Creature Walks Among Us. These figures really are so awesome. I could never take them off of the cardstock though, because I know that it would ruin the cardstock, and I really love the artwork, and I can't ruin packaging like that. And that's why I'm more of an in-box collector than an out-of-box collector. Now I just am missing the black and white variant for this one, and possibly a silver screen variant, although I could just be making that up in my head. And then I am also missing the second generation Creature from the Black Lagoon that these two are from. So technically not a complete set yet, but because I do have the three, it does kind of feel like a complete set. Now I did speak too soon when I said last but not least for reaction figures, because I did forget that technically these other ones are also reaction figures. Next up we have this silver screen reaction figure, and I cannot tell you enough how much I love this packaging. He looks like he's in the Lagoon. He is a silver screen edition. They also did a really colorful variation of this same reaction figure as well. I don't have that one, only the silver screen edition. I'm not positive on what year this is from, but if I had to guess, I would say probably 2019 or 2020. Unfortunately, it is not dated. Not knowing the year of this collectible is reminding me that I really do need to take the time to make a list of all my creature collectibles and actually date when I get them, just in case there isn't a date on the box or readily available online either. Although it has not been a problem for me yet to remember what I do and do not have, I do hope that becomes a problem for me down the line. Next we have the Super Creature reaction figure, and this is the narrow sculpt, if you can tell. I really love the artwork on this packaging. This figure was actually inspired by AHI's world famous super monsters from the 70s. This figure also came in a wide sculpt, but I have not been able to find him just yet, and he is sold out on Super 7's website. Next up, I have the Creature from the Black Lagoon monster mask from Super 7. I really love the artwork of all the monsters on this packaging. These were designed by the incredible artist Doug Pagosh. They did do quite a few variations of this mask, including a dark green variation, a purple and green one that glows under black light, and then a yellow and blue one, as well as this one. I love these. They remind me of the vintage Ben Cooper masks, only these are adult size, so I could actually wear this if I wanted to. Which I might want to. This is the only one of the variations that I was able to find so far. They are all now archived or sold out on Super 7's website. Maybe I should go as the creature again for Halloween. I do hope that I'm able to find all of these creature masks eventually so that I can hang them all up together side by side in the creature corner. But for now, I will keep him in the box. Next up from Super 7, we have the Super Soapies. Now these Super Soapies did come in the original color variant. They also came in a silver screen edition, a Halloween orange edition, and a glow-in-the-dark edition. These Super Soapies were actually modeled after the novelty monster bath bottles from the 1960s. They did make a creature one, and I have been searching for him everywhere. He does typically go for a pretty high price though, so I do not have one yet in my collection. But I sure do hope to one day. Now, along with the creature in this line, they also did Frankenstein, the Bride, the Wolfman, the Invisible Man, and the Mummy. This is definitely another Super 7 piece that I do hope to have all four of eventually, but for right now I am happy to have the original. Honestly, holding this thing makes me feel like I am holding an award, like an Oscar or a Tony. I don't know why I would win a Tony. I don't know why I would win an Oscar. But anyways, I would like to thank the Academy. But in all seriousness, I do hope to have all four of the Gilman Super Soapies eventually. And before I forget, these are from 2022. In my Super 7 collection is also the Universal Monster pint glasses. I have to say, I really love this artwork because it reminds me of the creature if he were a Scooby-Doo villain. Close-up of the creature. And a close-up of Frankenstein's monster. close-up of the mummy. I'm sure you can tell there is some light scratching on the inside of the creature and Frankenstein glass because I did foolishly use an abrasive sponge while cleaning those glasses, and the scratching has never gone away. Fortunately, I learned my lesson before I got the mummy glass, but oh well, what are you gonna do? Sometimes I wonder if I would have used these glasses had I known that they would become so hard to find and that they would go for so much in resale. Not that I ever would have sold them, I definitely wouldn't have, but I probably would have kept at least the creature still in its packaging and put them on the creature shelf. But then again, I am glad that I didn't know because now I get to use my creature glass whenever I want to. They only made these pint glasses with 4 different monsters, so I am only missing the Wolfman and then I would have a completed set. But seriously, tell me in this art form that these Universal monsters don't look like Scooby-Doo villains. And my most recent purchase from Super 7 was this Creature from the Black Lagoon reaction figure Halloween Kid. I love that the figure is of a girl dressed up as the Creature from the Black Lagoon. I can relate. These are inspired by the 60s and 70s vintage Ben Cooper costumes. In this first edition of Halloween Kids, they also did a Dracula, Bride, and Frankenstein. Alright, now let's open this box from Super 7. Super 7 had actually reached out to me a couple of months ago on TikTok, and they had asked me if they could send me a couple of their new Creature Super Cycles. And of course I immediately responded yes, absolutely. And so I have been so excited to open this and to now see the Creature Super Cycles in person. Alright. Oh my god. So first up, they sent me one of their Halloween orange Creature Super Cycles. Oh my gosh, it's so perfect. I don't even want to open it, but we have to open it. Get the wrapping off of this. All right, here is the box. This is the Halloween orange variant of the Creature Super Cycle. Of course, officially licensed. Now let's open it. This is so cute. The first Creature Super Cycle was released as a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive last year in 2024. They have since released this Halloween orange variant and a dark green with a yellow trike variant. This is a wind-up toy and does feature a functional bell. So far out of the monsters, they have also made Frankenstein and the Bride into Super Cycles as well. I was having way too much fun playing with this. And they also sent over something else. Oh my gosh. I have been wanting this sweatshirt for so long. I love this so much. I love the artwork on this, and then the coolest part about this is the back is the anatomy of a creature figure. I mean, how cool is that? As a collector, I have been obsessing over this sweatshirt for some time, and I just haven't been able to buy it, and so I cannot tell you how much this means to me. I love it so much. Thank you so much, Super 7. I cannot tell you how much it means to me. I have been a fan of Super 7 for so long, and they have been such a staple in my creature collecting journey. I know that for a fact my creature collecting would not have gotten off to the start that it did had Super 7 not been making their reaction figures at that time. I know that Super 7 did just gift me these two things, but I really do mean it when I say that Super 7 will always be one of my favorite monster collectible companies. They will always be a staple in the Creature Corner, and now I cannot wait to get the rest of the creature collectibles to finish my Super 7 creature collection. Well, finish until they come out with new creature collectibles. And thank you all for being here and for watching and for supporting my channel and for supporting me over on TikTok. None of this would be possible without all of you, so thank you so very much from the bottom of my heart. When I started sharing my collection over on TikTok and now over here on YouTube, I really just wanted to educate people on Creature from the Black Lagoon. It is a much older movie, with the 70th anniversary being just last year. I didn't want it to just disappear or for a remake to be made and for the original to just kind of fall by the wayside. And I really just wanted to talk about my collection and the history behind all of the different collectibles. And I really love seeing other people's collections online, even when it's things that I wouldn't collect myself or things that I'm not particularly interested in. I do just love to see the history behind different items and why someone loves whatever it is that they love. And so I wanted to share my version of that with you all. And so to be sent things like this, I just want you all to know that I do not take it for granted, that I really appreciate it more than words could ever express. And I just want to say thank you all so much again for being here. And to those of you who have sent things, it means so much to me. I cannot wait to continue sharing my creature collecting journey with you all and to continue talking about my collectibles and the history of the movies, as well as eventually all of the Universal monsters. But, we'll always come back to the Gill Man. Now tell me in the comments, do you have any Super 7 figures in your collection? And don't forget, I'll see you back here in the Creature Corner next Thursday. Now I really did make quite a mess making this video, so I really need to go and clean up now. Goodbye.